What is the deal with Mosaic? And does it have what it takes to be a set that collectors and investors fight over for years to come? Or is it just a new flashy product that will come and go quicker than Johnny Manziel's pro career? In this video, I'm breaking down the pros and cons I see with Mosaic and my strategy behind this confusing set so that I'm not risking a first round pick's worth of dough on something that can be a complete bust, and neither are you. So welcome back. Now let's get to work. Before we get to the pros and cons, let's quickly go over the history of this set, because 2019 to 2020 Mosaic that many of us know of is not the first time the hobby has seen this name. Now, I wasn't in the hobby 5 years ago, but according to Cardboard Connection, in 2016, Mosaic was created as an effort to appease collectors who purchased 2015-16 replay boxes, making it an exclusive set provided to collectors for free. Now, taking a look at these cards, you can see that they have the same design as that year's Prism cards and even have that giant Prism logo on the top left. Only from the distinct look of the parallel and it's saying Mosaic on the back will you know that it's different, but from the front it simply looks like a Prism parallel with an alternate player pose. In 2017, Mosaic became a full release direct-to-consumer product that collectors could purchase through Panini's website. While the design still mirrored Prism, they ditched that jumbo Prism logo for a jumbo Mosaic font and just had a much smaller Prism written above it, like they were introducing us to a new set but weaning us off slowly. The following year, in 2018, Panini brought back Mosaic as an online exclusive set, and the design started to really resemble something of its own. If you compare a Luca 2018 Prism to his Mosaic, only the back of the cards have similarities, with the front of the cards being way different. Last year, Mosaic became a standalone product with hobby boxes, they had blasters, as well as cello packs, which I had to look up cello because the last time I saw that word, it was referring to that roided out violin that I wouldn't touch in 6th grade music class. I mean, seriously, playing cello gives you no cool points and it looks like a complete pain in the ass to haul around. All right, back to cards. This all begs the question, what is considered first year Mosaic? In Prism, Select, and Optic, it's easy. Mosaic, not so much. However, with how confusing Mosaic has been prior to last year, my vote would be for 2019-2020 to be considered first year of Mosaic. Obviously, I can't speak for anyone else, that's just my opinion, but let's go over some of the pros I see in Mosaic. Number one, it's a shiny card that reminds me of Topps Chrome, one of my favorite sets of the 90s. Everyone I've spoken with either likes or at least doesn't hate the aesthetics of Mosaic, and shiny cards typically do well. Prism, Optic, and Select are all popular metallic sets, and I feel like that shine factor is important. We're like kids, we follow shiny objects. Topps versus Topps Chrome, Donruss versus Optic. Metal just implies better, and I believe if MJ had a metallic rookie card back in '86, that would have been the card to chase. Plus, there are a ton of parallels available. From an investing standpoint, that can get very confusing, but I think that adds a lot of excitement for collectors, and I personally love a lot of the parallels Mosaic puts out. Secondly, Mosaic is available in football as well, which makes it a year-round set. That means it can be talked about for all but 2 to 3 months of the year, and the momentum of Mosaic football can flow over to Mosaic basketball, and the awareness of the set will grow much quicker than if it was an NBA product only. That's at least my opinion. Speaking of momentum and awareness, since Mosaic is available in retail stores, more casual collectors can find the set and break boxes, if of course they're lucky enough to find them on shelves. Another perk to me is the fact that it debuted in 2020, one of the most memorable years we'll ever experience in our lives, as well as one of the most memorable years the hobby has ever seen. The last perk is that the 2019-2020 draft class in both the NFL and NBA look promising. If Joe Burrow, Tua, or Justin Herbert can become the next Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, and if Ja or Zion can become the next LeBron or Kobe, then I believe all 2019-2020 sets will benefit because the top rookie cards will be very desirable. Now let's go over some of the reasons why I'm still very hesitant about Mosaic. First of all, Mosaic basketball took the hobby by storm in 2020, but I believe that was far more circumstantial than anything else. Word of the hobby's growth had spread, plus we were all stuck in home from COVID with nothing fun to do except for search for our old cards and learn about the hobby. Some of us were out of work looking for ways to make money as well, and others just looking for escapism during all this negativity. Regardless, like a gift raining down from the card gods comes this brand new set that would solve all of our problems. It was like the vaccine to being in lockdown. But does that mean that Mosaic is really that great? Or was it like the crappy snack you get on flights to hold you over before you arrive? That, I don't know. That brings me to the quality of the card. While I personally like the aesthetics of the cards, I've seen many complaints regarding the quality of Mosaic cards that could deter veteran collectors from the set altogether. Number 3 is, how many desirable sets can we really have? Prism seems to have the stranglehold on the number 1 spot, and Optic and Select are solid candidates for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Is there room for Mosaic to be more than just the side salad before the steak arrives? It's tough to know because the next downside is the small sample size. Prism and Select have passed the test of time. They were both released 9-ish years ago, and Optic has still 5 years under its belt. As a standalone set, Mosaic is only entering year number 2 for basketball, so what if Panini decides to drop it? What if they introduce another similar set next year that collectors like even more? We also don't know how these rookies are going to pan out in the long run. What I believe adds to first-year Prism's strength is the fact that the 2012-13 draft class was great. We're used to seeing rookie cards of AD, Kawhi, Dame, Kyrie, Klay, even Jimmy Butler, all in that tinfoil Chipotle burrito wrapper design. Think of MJ's rookie card. We know exactly what the set looks like because that was Jordan's year. That card is so iconic that I believe it brings up the prestige and value of the entire set. Kind of like Michael Jordan playing. If no rookies emerge as stars, then I think it will really hurt Mosaic. Kind of like Michael Jordan managing. Alright, real quick, let's take a look at some of the charts to see how some of Mosaic's rookie cards have fared compared to other sets. Why, thank you, Brad. You sound tired. You need coffee. I do. Alright guys, take a look here. We have Zion Williamson's PSA 10s in Hoops, Mosaic, Optic, and Prism. And I wanted to show this to you because as you see here in terms of price, I'm going to make this bigger. You see in price, Prism obviously is far ahead of anyone else. And then towards the bottom, you have a 3-way race for that next spot in terms of price, and they're pretty close overall. But if you go here, what's interesting is you'll see in terms of price change percentage, make this full. This means where is the price of the card versus where it started at, and purple is Mosaic. So you see it's here, and Hoops was actually way down here. But if you go all the way to the end, you see that Mosaic has actually gone down from the last sale. Let's see. Minus 25% for Mosaic based on where it started at, which means that Mosaic was really hyped at first and was actually pretty close to the others. And then now look at the gap between Optic and Prism up here and Mosaic and Hoops down there. Now I'll go back to the prices one more time just to show you what that actually means. But if you take a look here, Mosaic in purple is basically the same price as Optic, very close. You see it going back and forth here, and then towards the end you see Prism way out in front, and then the difference, I'm going to move the cursor, but you see on the right, the difference in green from Optic is getting further and further away for the most part than Mosaic, and obviously Hoops is down there at the bottom. Now let's go over and see if this is the same with Ja Morant. Alright, here we go. Here are Ja Morant Hoops, Mosaic, Optic, and Prism rookies in PSA 10. Let's make the graph full screen. And we see here, Mosaic starts off really hot because it's a new product. This is also when the bubble was about to start up again, so there was good reason for Mosaic to be hot. But look what happened. Mosaic's actually more expensive than Optic, and then you see right around here, it looks about right around October 10th, the difference in price, it just starts to get wider and wider, where collectors and investors are preferring Optic and Mosaic. Look at the end here. These are going down while a lot of the Optics are still going up. That's just getting further and further away. Now taking a look at that same chart based on price change percentage, I'll go to the full screen. You see here at the beginning, Mosaic comes up, and from that starting point of 167, it really peaked right here at $510, a 204% increase in price. But then since then, down, 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 while the others have rebounded, Mosaic is here. And as of recording this, it's at $225, which is way less of a percentage than the other three. So what does this all mean? For me, it's looking like Mosaic is sitting behind Prism, Optic, and Select, pretty much in the last place among the major shiny sets. Because of that, my strategy will be to only buy the top rookie cards of players when their other sets get too expensive, but not before that. Before the season started, I was buying up Zions, Jaws, Ruiz, and other rookie cards in Comp C, whatever looked to be on the steepest discount. And when Ruiz started getting some attention, I sold out of my Prisms and then sold a few Optics, but not a single Mosaic. Same with Ja and Zion, where I sold their other rookie cards, including Donruss, but not a single Mosaic, even though they were both priced very competitively. That means I will focus on Prism for the quick turnarounds, knowing that Prism is the first set many investors and flippers turn to. For players I believe in long term, I'll go with Select, and when prices of those sets start climbing, as that player builds up their legacy, I will look to Mosaic as the lower cost metallic alternative. Now, let me know what you think will happen with Mosaic in 2021, if it will continue its descent or if it will make, well, a comeback. Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you next time.